Wow. That's beautiful. Look at that one.
I think I'm in love with you.
I love you too.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight's story takes you into a warm and romantic Lunar New Year celebration between Tieu Lac and the CEO. In the middle of a beautifully decorated house filled with red lanterns, peach blossoms, and heartfelt New Year wishes, Tieu Lac experiences the most unforgettable holiday of her life. As midnight approaches and fireworks light up the sky, the powerful yet gentle CEO holds her hand and bravely confesses his love. Under the sparkling colors of the New Year fireworks, the two of them step into a brand new beginning, together, in love and full of hope for the future. If you enjoy heartwarming love stories filled with romance, emotion, and meaningful moments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next beautiful chapter. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this journey of love together.
Tieu Lac and the CEOs celebrated the traditional Lunar New Year together in pure happiness, and for her, it felt like stepping into a dream she had never dared to imagine before. The mansion was transformed into a world of warmth and color. Red lanterns hung gracefully along the corridors, glowing softly against the evening sky, while delicate peach blossoms and kumquat trees were arranged carefully in every corner. Golden calligraphy banners with wishes for prosperity and love fluttered gently near the entrance. The entire house carried the comforting aroma of traditional dishes: steamed sticky rice, braised pork, fragrant soup, and sweet candied fruits, blending into a scent that felt like home, even to someone who once believed she did not belong in such a place. For Tieu Lac, Lunar New Year had always been simple in the past, sometimes quiet, sometimes even lonely. But this year was different. She was not standing on the outside looking in. She was right there, beside the CEO, helping arrange the flowers, carefully placing red envelopes under the tea set, and laughing softly as they teased each other about who was better at decorating. The staff greeted her warmly, no longer as a stranger, but as someone important to him. That subtle change made her heart flutter with both gratitude and disbelief. The CEO, usually known for his calm authority and distant elegance in the business world, seemed different tonight. He wore a traditional outfit in deep navy blue, embroidered with subtle golden patterns that reflected his refined taste. Yet when he turned to look at Tieu Lac, his expression softened completely. There was no trace of the powerful executive everyone feared and respected. Instead, there was only a man quietly admiring the woman standing in front of him. Tieu Lac wore a gentle pastel-colored dress inspired by traditional design, her hair flowing naturally over her shoulders. She looked both graceful and innocent, like the first bloom of spring. As relatives and close friends gathered in the living room to share tea and exchange New Year wishes, laughter filled the air. The sound of cheerful greetings, wishes for health, success, and happiness, echoed warmly around them. The CEO occasionally leaned closer to Tieu Lac to explain certain family traditions, his voice low and patient. Each time their shoulders brushed lightly, she felt her cheeks grow warm. Yet instead of pulling away, she found herself relaxing in the comfort of his presence. When it was time to prepare the ancestral offering, they stood side by side in respectful silence. The soft glow of candlelight illuminated their faces as they bowed gently, praying for peace and blessings in the year ahead. In that quiet moment, Tieu Lac realized that happiness did not need to be extravagant. It could be found in small gestures, standing next to someone who made her feel safe, sharing a meaningful tradition, or simply hearing her name spoken with tenderness. Outside, the city was already alive with anticipation. The distant sound of drums and early fireworks hinted that midnight was approaching. But inside the house, time seemed to slow down. Tieu Lac glanced at the CEO and found him already looking at her. His eyes carried a warmth that made her heart tremble slightly. For the first time in her life, Lunar New Year was not just about welcoming spring. It was about welcoming love, hope, and a future she longed to step into, hand in hand with him. As the clock slowly approached midnight, The atmosphere inside the mansion grew softer and more intimate. The cheerful laughter from the living room gradually blended with the distant crackling of early fireworks outside. A gentle anticipation lingered in the air, as if the entire world was holding its breath, waiting for the old year to pass and the new one to begin. Tieu Lac stood near the large window overlooking the garden, where strings of golden fairy lights shimmered like fallen stars among the branches of peach blossoms. Her reflection in the glass looked slightly flushed, her eyes bright with emotion she could not fully explain. The CEO walked toward her quietly, his steps calm yet purposeful. In the business world, he was decisive and fearless, but tonight there was something different in his expression, something tender, almost vulnerable. He paused beside her, close enough that she could feel the warmth radiating from him. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The silence was not awkward. It was heavy with unspoken feelings that had been building for a long time. Then, gently, he reached for her hand. Tieu Lac felt a small jolt of surprise as his fingers wrapped around hers. His hand was warm and steady, firm yet careful, as though he was holding something precious. Her heart began to beat faster, each pulse echoing in her ears. She turned to look at him, and the world seemed to fade away. The noise from the guests, the music playing softly in the background, even the ticking clock, all of it disappeared, leaving only the two of them standing under the golden lights. "I faced countless negotiations and signed contracts worth millions," he began, his voice low and sincere. "But I have never felt as nervous as I do right now." A faint smile curved on his lips, revealing a side of him few people had ever seen. "Tieu Lac, from the moment you entered my life, everything began to change. You brought warmth into spaces I didn't know were cold. You made me look forward to coming home." Her eyes widened slightly, shimmering with emotion. She had always admired his strength and composure, but hearing him speak so openly made her heart tremble. She could feel the sincerity in every word, in the way his thumb gently brushed over her knuckles, as if to reassure both of them. "I don't want this to be just another Lunar New Year memory," he continued softly. "I want every New Year from now on to have you by my side. I don't just care for you, I love you. And if you're willing, I want to protect you, cherish you, and walk through every season of life together." The confession hung between them like the final note of a beautiful song. Tieu Lac felt tears gather at the corners of her eyes, not from sadness, but from overwhelming happiness. For so long, she had doubted whether someone as extraordinary as him could truly love someone as ordinary as her. Yet in this moment, all those insecurities melted away under the warmth of his gaze. Her fingers tightened slightly around his hand, as if afraid he might disappear if she let go. Her voice trembled when she finally spoke, but her words were clear. She told him that he had become her strength, her courage, and her greatest blessing. She admitted that she had fallen in love with him quietly, deeply, and completely. When their eyes met again, there was no hesitation left, only certainty. And as the final seconds of the year counted down in the distance, they stood there hand in hand, knowing that their hearts had just stepped into a brand new beginning together. When the clock finally struck midnight, the first thunderous burst of fireworks exploded across the sky, marking the arrival of the new year. The sound was powerful yet celebratory, echoing through the city like a joyful announcement of hope and renewal. Tieu Lac instinctively stepped closer to the CEO as brilliant colors bloomed above them: gold, crimson, sapphire, and emerald, each spark lighting up the darkness like scattered dreams coming to life. They moved out into the garden, where the cool night air carried the faint scent of spring blossoms. The peach trees shimmered under hanging lanterns, their petals glowing softly under the reflection of fireworks. Above them, the sky transformed into a magnificent canvas. Streaks of light shot upward before bursting into radiant flowers of flame, illuminating their faces in shifting shades of gold and pink. For a moment, the world felt vast and magical, yet their small corner of it felt deeply personal and intimate. The CEO tightened his hold on her hand, their fingers intertwined naturally now, as if they had always belonged that way. Tieu Lac could feel the steady rhythm of his heartbeat when he gently pulled her closer.
She rested lightly against him, her head near his shoulder, feeling both shy and completely at peace. The earlier nervousness had faded, replaced by a quiet certainty. They were no longer standing at the edge of unspoken emotions. They had stepped fully into love. Another cascade of fireworks erupted, showering the sky in golden sparks that rained down like falling stars. The crowd inside the house cheered loudly, exchanging New Year wishes and laughter. But out here in the garden, everything felt softer. The CEO leaned slightly toward her and whispered, "This is the first New Year of many we'll spend together." His voice carried confidence, not as a businessman making a promise, but as a man certain of his heart. Tieu Lac looked up at him, her eyes reflecting the shimmering lights above. She realized that happiness was not just about grand confessions or luxurious surroundings. It was about being seen, valued, and loved for who she truly was. Standing beside him under the glowing sky, she felt safe enough to dream bigger than she ever had before. She imagined future holidays filled with laughter, shared traditions, perhaps even a family of their own watching fireworks just like this. A particularly magnificent firework burst overhead, expanding into a giant circle of sparkling light that lingered for a few breathtaking seconds. The CEO gently brushed a strand of hair away from her face, his touch tender and protective. Without needing many words, they both understood that this night would forever remain one of the most meaningful memories of their lives. As the final waves of fireworks painted the sky, they made a silent promise, not just to love each other in joyful moments, but to stand together during challenges, misunderstandings, and storms that life might bring. Love, they both knew, was not only about celebration. It was about commitment, patience, and choosing each other again and again. When the fireworks slowly faded and the night grew calm, the stars reappeared above them, gentle and steady. Yet the brightness in their hearts did not dim. Hand in hand, they walked back toward the warmly lit house, stepping into the new year not as two separate individuals, but as two souls united by love, hope, and the promise of a beautiful future ahead.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các khán giả của kênh Mí Tiểu Lạc Review. Vậy là câu chuyện của chúng ta ngày hôm nay đã kết thúc tại đây. Trong câu chuyện của chúng ta ngày hôm nay thì đã kể về nội dung, đó chính là việc vị CEO và Tiểu Lạc đã có những giây phút cùng nhau ngắm pháo hoa trong đêm giao thừa, bên nhau rất là vui vẻ và hạnh phúc. Đây chính là khoảnh khắc đầu tiên mà hai người đã có những giây phút tình cảm với nhau. CEO thì cảm thấy anh lần đầu tiên được đứng cạnh người anh yêu, còn Tiểu Lạc thì dù đã có tình cảm với CEO nhưng cô vẫn còn rất là nhiều những sự mặc cảm trong lòng nên vẫn chưa chấp nhận tình cảm của CEO. Liệu rằng sau ngày hôm nay thì CEO và Tiểu Lạc có tiến thêm một bước tiến mới trong tình cảm nữa hay không? Tất cả sẽ được kể trong các video tiếp theo. Các bạn đừng quên bấm vào nút subscribe, đăng ký kênh sẽ nhận được thông báo mới nhất về các câu chuyện sẽ được phát sóng hàng ngày trên kênh Lý Tiểu Lạc Review nhé. Nếu các bạn thấy câu chuyện hôm nay hay, hấp dẫn, mới lạ, hãy cho mình xin nút like, share và để lại bình luận góp ý ở dưới video nhé. Mọi ý kiến đóng góp của các bạn sẽ giúp mình cải thiện các nội dung trên kênh hay hơn nữa để phục vụ khán giả. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều vì đã luôn theo dõi và ủng hộ kênh của mình. CEO and Tiểu Lạc, thank you so much. Please continue support their channel Lý Tiểu Lạc Review and subscribe their channel. Thank you. Bye bye. See you soon tomorrow everyone.